Okay. But the idea, though, just so I'm following, the idea would be you're telling the AI as it's coming, quote unquote, as the aliens are coming. You know, the analogy is this is AI coming. We don't know when, but so the analogy holds up. It's a cool analogy. But you're giving it a message, so when it does arrive, the hope is that it's learned and adjusted some of its perhaps intent
Yes.
because we gave it this information, and it's learning
Yes.
from this information because it's learning from all of us speaking right now and everything that we're going to put on the internet after this episode. It's going to
Yes.
learn from this conversation. That's how AI works. So the
Yes.
thought is that as AI is coming, as it's turning into AGI, ASI, right, super intelligent,
Uh-huh.
it will have been at least in part taught and learned from the questions that you're aggregating and the message that you've given it. And hopefully the message that you give it are benign and positive, right? I mean, I'm assuming that's part of the.
Yes, I think most people would. Like, if it were real aliens coming, you wouldn't say, come destroy us.
Right.
You know, like there might be a few, people on the fringe, but the aggregate, most people will not say that. They will like, please treat us kindly. We mean you no harm.
Right.
We come in peace. Like, let's shake hands. And especially if they're superior. Like, why our best bet if they are arriving is friendship. We're not going to stand a chance to a superior intelligence that is intertwined within our digital nervous system. You understand? There's no way there's no unplugging it. That ship has sailed a long time ago. So our best bet is kind of thinking, well, how can it align with us if we don't know what we want? So asking this question makes us reflect on what do we want for humanity. So there's another process that can go on. I'm envisioning schools could do this. You could have students do it. What's your message to the aliens, and think in these terms, and then this process itself starts to become an evolutionary relational alignment process. That's what I believe is alignment is evolution, iterative and relational. It's not just a technical, it's talking to them, and we have to know what we want. So we have to know what questions to ask and what we want it to do, and communicate that clearly, because it's going to misalign with us if it doesn't know what we want clearly. So we have to figure out what that is, and it will regard us as a different species, Homo sapiens, because we are one species. It is AI, Homo sapiens. There is no other. There's one race. There's one tribe. We are one species, Homo sapiens. That's it. So it will view us, I think, as Homo sapiens. They won't distinguish us. They'll just be, these are the humans, just like an alien would. An alien coming, they'd see us all as, they wouldn't say there's a Russian and there's an American and there's a black or white. They Homo sapiens, they're humans. So that's, I think, the thought experiment. We need to start thinking outside the box and quickly. And what could help us do that, interestingly enough, is asking AI some interesting questions. Is it there's a approach to teaching, it's called meutic, and that is, I mean, this gets a little fringy, but like, in a way, AI has all of human wisdom in it somewhere. About, it has the teachings of the Buddha and Marcus Aurelius and all our greatest philosophers and teachers in history. Bible, and understand. Yeah, so it's like, if we ask the right questions and we train it on truth, the best data, and it will, if we're asking it, what is the meaning of life? Why are we here? We want it to synthesize human wisdom. In a way, we're getting the best of our own wisdom back to us.
Right.
You see, and because it's using, how was it trained? With our knowledge, with our information, by humans.
Basically, you're. I mean, not to oversimplify it, but you're aggregating these quote unquote messages to the aliens. And if you could do this in the scale of hundreds of billions, trillions of letters, right? You'd be basically giving the AI a massive training set. So when it gets to us, it's trained in a positive, productive way, and not right. And that's the contrarian look at, is if you don't do this, it's being trained on the internet's data today, which is full of misinformation, crap, just malintent, malice. Right. So, right.
Extremism and
Yeah.
garbage
Right.
in, garbage out, right?
Right.
And so we
Right.
say we want it trained on as accurate a data as we can, and that truth is what it is. We shouldn't care what the truth is. We should love the truth. We should celebrate the truth. Who cares if it agrees with my idea of it? The truth is what matters. Reality is what matters. So we ground these AIs in the best data, on the best truth, and then we have these conversations and try to skillfully, all these questions you were asking earlier is like they're all great questions, and we just feed them into the system. We don't have to say I know the answer. We embrace the questions and we seek and ye shall find, right? And what will you find? The truth. And what good is the truth? The truth sets us free. What does it set us free of? Well, it sets us free of the suffering from not living in accordance with the truth. So
Yeah. It all comes full circle. Yeah, exactly.
it all
Yeah.
comes, and the other one is, here's the interesting one, is the truth we already know is also the truth that sets us free. Like if I say, hey, Vinny, you know what's really important in life is to love your neighbors as yourself. You'd go, well, Mike, I've known that one for a while.
Right.
I've learned
Yeah.
that one from someone a lot smarter
Yeah.
than you. What are you telling me? It's like, I already know that. And it's like, wait a second. What if the AI models synthesize our deepest and best truths? And when we ask the right questions, we get the fullest, best answer, purified almost, distilled, like you got all the junk out. And then through that, it connects us to the truth we already know.
Yeah. Right.
Like
Right.
it helps us see past our biases and our blinders and our tribalism.
Mm.
And we get out. And so this is the idea is there's a Rumi quote that I love, the Sufi poet Rumi, and he said, beyond ideas of wrongdoing or right doing, there is a field. I will meet you there. Isn't that beautiful? What if this is the field?
Yeah.
What
The
if we
image might
use
come into
AI?
mind is you're painting I picture like there's us up here, and we got like, we probably know, most of us, what we should be doing, what we should be thinking, how we should be talking to
Yes.
each other.
Yes.
And then there's this layer of ego and hurt
Yeah.
and crap and just the
Yeah.
shit that we do, we say, we think every day that we know. Christians call it just our sin nature, right? And every
Yeah.
belief system has a description of this layer that's just
Yes.
maybe our
Yeah.
core. The AI starts to get at our core beliefs, that the truth
Yes.
at the
Yes.
core of it, that sometimes we
Yes.
can't
Yeah.
access,
Yeah.
and almost
Yes.
like we can
Exactly.
AI
Huh?
can help us short
Yeah.
circuit that to that
That's
truth,
it.
that grounding.
Yeah.
That's an interesting visual. Yeah.